What's up, guys? We're back, and today we're going to be sharing my personal story. Just like my wake-up call, how it happened, just everything, and how I got saved, and just how I truly felt like, not a meaning in life, but I felt completed, you know? I always had a sense of emptiness, and I guess we'll just start off, you know? So, I was raised in Florida, moved over here with my family. My family was not always Christian, but they turned Christian before they, like, a year or two before they had me. So I was raised in a Christian home, going to church every day. And you might think, oh, church kid, you know. I hated church. Like, when I first started going, I hated it. I thought it was a meaningless waste of time. I would go in there every day, spend 2 hours, maybe 2 hours and a half, if they held us long enough. And I would just feel like, oh, where's this time going? Such a waste of time, you know? I could be at home playing video games or something. Because during that time while I was going to church, I was spending like 8 hours a day playing video games, you know? I was spending hours and hours and hours playing video games and wasting my time. And that was the true waste of time. And I didn't realize that until later on, and we'll get to that. So I hated church at the beginning of my life, you know? I was going to school, wasn't the best school. I wasn't into anything. I was just, at the beginning, it was just okay, I was fine. But then one day, I was just scrolling across the internet, you know, and unfortunately I was a little kid, knew nothing, you know, and came across pornography. And at first started out like innocent. I really didn't know nothing. I was just a little kid, you know, little kids are like, I was like 8 years old, know nothing, truly innocent. And it didn't start out bad or anything. It wasn't even naked, it was just little stuff, you know. But as everything in life goes, when you start out with a little bit, it unfortunately turns into a lot. And it got worse and worse, and it progressed throughout my life into basically almost like an addiction, you know, like on the daily. And I know I wasn't alone, because there's plenty of other people out there. Surely wasn't alone, but for me, it was killing me inside. I didn't know how to stop. I couldn't stop. I tried to stop multiple times. I make it like a day or two, you know, and I go right back at it. You know, it got really bad, super bad. And then, we're just going to leave that to the side, but on the gaming side, spending 8 hours a day gaming, you know, that's a lot of time wasted. That's for like 5 years, and people have done it for longer, but it's just tons of wasted time. Maybe like a month or two of my life wasted. Like, that's like 24 hours I'm talking about every day. You get what I mean? Like, the time adds up. It could be a whole month of lifetime, a couple months actually, that I've wasted. And days I was off, it was like 12 hours, and that was just bad. But moving on into another area of life, this was all at the same time, guys. When I remember when I told you I didn't go to the greatest school, when I went there, I smoked pot for the first time, and the first time I didn't feel that bad about it, you know. I was like, oh, this is okay, this is cool. Everyone else thinks it's cool, right? It's fine, right? Video games are cool, everyone else thinks it's cool. Masturbation's okay, everyone else is fine with it as long as you don't show everybody, you know. The world says it's fine, dude. It seems legit, right? And eventually I got into selling it, you know, and I was thinking about, like, how kids have changed. Like, me, when I first started out, I was playing video games, so I was pretty nerdy at the time, so I was taking innocent kids and turning them like into straight up stoners, and who knows how they got the money, you know. They could have stolen, could have done bad things, who knows, you know. So that just leads, I felt really, it wasn't even, now remember this time, I didn't know Jesus, I didn't know about that. I knew about him, but I didn't want him, I didn't accept him. So this was just my own self, my own morals saying to me, wait, this is wrong, I'm ruining other people's lives. I'm taking them and leading them down a path. I'm taking them by the hand and I'm leading them down the wrong path. And I felt like that wasn't right. And that's aside from God and everything else. In my heart, I knew it wasn't right. And it got me to thinking, how do I know what's right and wrong? And of course, God made us with morals. And that's just a fact. God made us with morals. Everybody in their heart knows what's wrong and right. But we choose to look over it to satisfy our flesh. In other words, satisfy our own pleasures. We say, you know it's wrong, because anything you want to do in front of others is wrong. It's just to satisfy yourself, and you're trying to justify it. And So while all this stuff was going on at the very exact time, same time, I didn't believe it. I thought all the Christians were whack, dude. I thought I could see my friends that would say they were Christian, they wouldn't even be acting like me, you know? They would be off doing smoking, they'd be off doing other things, and they claimed to be Christian. One dude, I was just chilling out. Was just chilling out, you know. I thought he was the worst dude ever, and he's like, and I had a Christian bracelet on, just wearing it, you know, just chilling out with it. I wasn't really representing, but I was just wearing it, and he said, "Oh yeah, I'm Christian too, dude." And I'm like, "What?" My mind was blown. At that point, I was like, "There's no way." There was no way that could be good in any way, because he's the worst dude I've ever known. Selling drugs and just wasn't doing the right things in life, you know? So, anyways, I didn't think they were good. But later on, my mom invited me on a trip, and on this trip, I met my two best friends, are still my best friends, Evan and Aaron. The other guys on this channel you might know. And I thought Christians were whack. They were Christian. I didn't know it, but I didn't know Aaron was Christian at the time, you know. But when I was hanging out with him, I just knew there was something about him. He was super nice. There was just something about him, you know, where I knew that he kept his word. I had that feeling around him. There was just not an aurora. It's just, I can't explain the feeling. It's just when you know somebody's honest and you know somebody's caring, and he did it through his actions. And at this time, I didn't even know he was Christian. But when we went later on back home, I found out later, because we went out. One time I was hanging out with him, and he asked me if I wanted to go witness. And I was like, "What the heck is this kid talking about?" And then it turned out he was sharing the gospel with everyone. And I'm like, "Wow, that's crazy." And then it started all to add up. And there's just something about him, you know. He seems always happy. He doesn't get mad at people, you know. And I was like, I want that. I want that feeling. Because at the time, I was getting so easily mad at people. I felt so empty. If I wasn't playing games or smoking, I was like, what the heck is there to do in life, you know? And so I started reading the Bible, you know, and started talking to my buddy Aaron about everything he believes, and just seeing what he believes and studying this and seeing hey, is this really legit, you know? Because I was probably the biggest skeptic ever, man. I was in church skepticizing. There's other skeptics that know nothing about the Bible, you know? They're just like, "Oh, God's not real." No, I was in there every day for years and years, and in my heart, I was like, "No, there's no way he's legit. There's no way." And I went down to studying, and plenty of facts you see on this. There's apologetics. There's all kinds of stuff that supports, creationism, which is where God created the world, and Jesus died for us. There's so many documents. There's 64,000 documents to support the life of Jesus Christ. And the Bible. They all support it. It's the most ever recorded in history. And then again, they're the most accurate. They have an 83.9% accuracy across the board, every document to each other. And that's unheard of. That's unheard of. Even 80% is considered totally the best. 80% was the best before the Bible came around. All those documents. So at that point, I was a little bit convinced. I was like, hey, there's a lot of documentation about the life of Jesus Christ. So there's no doubt that Jesus Christ walked this earth. No doubt. The question is, did he rise again for our sins? And that's where we go later on, you know. So I was reading my Bible, you know, every day. I wasn't the best kid. I was still doing a little bit of bad stuff. I stopped selling because I was like, messing up other people's lives. I knew that was wrong in my heart. So as soon as I felt that, I was like, nah, this is enough. I eventually got away from smoking, you know, but I was still playing video games 8 hours a day. And I still felt that gap where, if I'm not playing video games, what am I doing, you know? I started a YouTube channel, which means I started gaming even more, started editing, getting in front of a computer screen, went deeper and deeper into gaming, you know? But what happened was, I don't know, something happened wrong with my channel. My channel got shut down. I was still playing video games for hours a day, but now I was playing a little bit less, 2 hours less. And I said, you know what? Forget about everything, you know? It's time. I thought about, why do I play it? And you guys can check out the video game video after this video, be in the description. Maybe there's a link up here, I don't know, but check out the video game video, because I know a lot of people game, and it'll just open your eyes to gaming. So I was thinking about, why do I game? And I realized that it was a waste of time. That's explained more in the video. It's a waste of time. There's no benefits from it at all. So I stopped playing video games, you know. I started working out, finding other hobbies, other things to do. And I can tell you, I've never felt better. I felt good, you know. I felt like everything's cool now, you know. I could play I can not play video games and be happy. I could be doing random stuff and be happy, you know? Before it was just video games. But now things have changed, you know? So, the next step was, I was still reading my Bible, you know, still studying. The next step was, like, deciding, like, what am I going to believe in, you know? Like, all the evidence is there. Am I really going to ignore what it is? Because when you think about it, talked about this many times with my buddy, following Jesus's, the laws, the commandments, is not that hard. It's basically doing the right thing. Everything in there you know is wrong in your heart. Stealing, murdering, adultery. It's all, those are all laws. You're not supposed to steal or kill, you know? And you're not, adulteries, you just know it's wrong in your heart. It's not necessarily a law, but you know it's wrong to sleep with another man's wife. If he got you, you know you'd be in the wrong. And everyone would know that's wrong. This is a fact. So I decided, like, dude, why not be 100% correct, you know? Why not do the right thing, feel good about it, and just know, because when you step into your life will change. The feeling, the way you see the world, everything. And I wish I could tell you guys, like, look at you guys and be like, hey, it feels like this, feels great, blah, blah. I just can't describe it. It's something you have to experience and live for yourself. And that's really the message we're trying to spread on this channel, this website. And if you guys really want to accept Jesus Christ in your heart, make sure you guys continue looking on the website, and it will change your life. It will change everything. And even if you don't believe in Christianity, let's say not even, I hope that you would drop video games or drop drugs and just realize the negatives of those alone. And I'm sure you'll feel 100% better in life, even if you were not to accept Jesus Christ, who died for your sins. I still believe that even if you drop drugs, even if you dropped video games for hours a day, or anything else that's stealing your time, you would still feel good. Hope you guys take this message and learn, and just know it can change your life. Bye, guys.